Now let us focus on building part 2 of our project. So we will learn additional features, or we will use additional features in Lightning Web Component. We did use @API decorator. We did use custom events to transfer data from one component to another component in part 1. In this part 2, we will use messaging channels to transfer data from one component to another component. We will also use third-party libraries, a JavaScript library to plot a map in our Lightning Web component. We will also use additional base components to get directly data from the database. Other than that, pretty much, we did use CSS framework and nested components back in part 1. We'll continue, doing the same design. So this is how the part 2, will look like, right? So we're going to focus on building these components, the highlighted ones. So the one that is going to show details about a particular partner, the selected partner, and then it also helps you to show or see a map of the partner point of contact, so the primary point of contact's location. So if I just pass the coordinates, it will just place that coordinates, or plot that coordinates on the map, and also an option to enter sales team reviews, right? You will also see how we can use flow in Lightning Web Component to capture this data. So launching a flow from Lightning Web Component, and this is the design. So you will have a few components created. One is the master component, one is the container component, inside which we will have two child components, partner detail, and this is what the partner detail is, to show data about a particular partner. And then this one will show all the reviews made by the sales team about the partner, right? We will also have another component to show the map, partner contact location. So before we get our hands dirty, let's quickly take a look at the working version. So as you can just see, so I have a list of all the partners. So let's say I just choose a particular partner, and what I see on the right is all the details about the partner, right? The active pipeline, contract start date, end date, and I have an option to see the partner contact location, option to see, or option to enter review, a review about this particular partner. So if there is already a review, this is how it will look like. It tells how the business quality, the partner's quality is, how the partner quality is, and also it talks about the rating. It also talks about the overall feedback about the partner. Yeah. So on click a partner contact location, it will just give me the exact coordinates, or it just plots the exact coordinates on the map. So that's how that's how this partner contact location or location card will work. So let's start building this. Yeah. So let me first close this one so that we can focus on building the component now. So back in our code, so we do have the skeleton or the base component, the components ready. So we have the partner details container which is empty now. Let us start building this one. Yeah. So to start with, I'm gonna have this partner details container, and then I'll just simply add the child components. So this is my child component 1, and I'll have two components, child component 1 and child component 2. So the first component is C hyphen, the name of the component is partner detail, isn't it? So let me copy this. Let me put it right here, and let's follow the kebab case. Yeah, that's it. This is my first component. Let's follow the same for the second component. So which is view partner review. Let's copy this one. All right, let's follow the kebab case. So let's use hyphen between each word and also follow lowercase. That is it. My second component is also done. So this is a simple change, right? Now let's focus on building the partner detail. Yeah. So let's go to the partner detail, and So we need to have two sections, right? One is to show partner detail. The other one is show partner POC location on the map. Yeah. So for which we do have another component called partner contact location. So we will build the component we'll build the partner contact location shortly. First, let's put that in the placeholder. Let's follow the kebab case. Good. So this is also completed now. So what we can do is to further build the partner data, let me introduce a lightning card. Let me also give a title. I'll just say this is a partner detail. Yeah. It to implement. All right. So now we made changes, right? In couple of components, partner details and partner detail. Let's try to deploy both. While it's getting deployed, let's go back to the org. Let's launch the application. All right. So successfully deployed. Now let's bring the components to the page. Settings. My bad. Let me just go to settings again and then click on edit page. All right. Let me just cross check if I exposed this component or not, the partner details container. Otherwise, let's make a quick change. No, this is not exposed. So let's make it is exposed to true, and then let's also ensure the targets are set. I would like to use this only in the app page, Lightning app page. So let me first redeploy this. Let us go back because I don't find this component right here, right in the custom components list because it was not exposed. So now let's try to expose this. Is it done? Yes. Let's refresh the page. And let's edit. Let's quickly see. Yes, I can just see partner details container. Let's bring partner details container right into this section. So now this is working perfectly fine. Yeah. So let's further build this. Perfect. So we can just start implementing partner detail now. All right, let's quickly look at the design of partner detail. And we will be using a lightning record based component in this, we're building this component to bring data from the database. And we will also use slots in lightning web component. We will also use SLDS class. So this is, uh, yeah, here you can just see the high level design steps. So as I just said, right, we will be using a Lightning record view based component to bring data from the database. And then we will use, right, Salesforce schema, a package module to, to say these are the fields that we would like to retrieve from the database. And then we will also use properties to bind the data that has been retrieved from the database back in the screen. So that's pretty much what we are going to do it in this component. Let's head back to the code and let's start from the partner detail. So let's bring partner detail JavaScript as well. All right. So right in the HTML, I have the lightning card. So let's try to use two sections. Okay. So this is to show buttons. Yeah. So if you go back to the design, you will know the two buttons that we are planning to show, right? One is add partner review, the other one is partner contact location. So this is the placeholder reserved for showing the buttons. And then we will also have another div to show detail about the selected partner. Okay, so this is what we're going to do it. And to show details about the selected partner, we are going to use the base component lightning record view form. So we do have edit form, we do have record form. So view form is as the name indicates, right? This is completely read only. I can bring a particular records data from the database and then show it on the screen as a in a read only format. So in this case or in our scenario, this is the appropriate component. So we're gonna use record view form. And in the record view form, what I can do is I can have two attributes, object API name, and then I can have record ID. So these are the two attributes, and what I can do is back in the JavaScript, I can simply have two properties exposed. So I'll just say object API equal to account and selected partner account ID equal to. So let's do this. To start with, let us hard code a partner account ID and then let's build the entire component and finally write to make it dynamic. Okay, so let me try to go to accounts and then let's see what is the CRM ID for a particular partner account. So we do have a lot of accounts here. Let's go to partner accounts and let me take yeah, let's say 6 cents. So let me copy this ID. I'll go back to the code and then simply hard code this. Okay, so right now it is hard coded. To do remove hard coding. Yeah, we will certainly do that, but let's try to build this first and then we'll just remove the hard coding part. Okay, so now I have the API name and then selected partner ID, right? So back in the HTML, let us ensure that this is added. This is binded. Let's bind this selected partner account. That's it. So now I've just instructed the form that this is the account, this is the object name where this is the account, this is the particular record, where you need to go and then bring the data. So now it is time to indicate what are the different fields that I would like to bring from the database. Yeah. So instead of just writing SOQL query, right, I will simply configure the fields. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. How do I do it? Very simple. So we can use @Salesforce slash schema package. So fairly simple. Let's use import again. Let's say account underscore name. So I can give any friendly name here to refer the field. Okay, so it's going to be Salesforce slash schema. And you can just see this, right? Salesforce slash schema slash go by the account or the object name. Yeah, object API name account dot the name. That's it. That's the first one. And I want to show what else? I want to show the name of the account. I want to show the accounts pipeline value, contract start date, contract end date. So let's try to follow the same pattern. So contract underscore start. So let's go with this. Dot. Do I have this? So partner. What is the API name? Let's cross check the API name. Let's go back to the or let's go to setup. Let's go to the object manager and see the API name of contract, the start date and end date. So let's go to account. Let's go back to fields and relationships. Does it have, yeah, this is the API name. So let's go back here. Done. So just like that, we can add all the fields, contract start date, end date, etc., etc. And then, so for each field that is being added, right, let's have a property. Let's have a property exposed and then map the field. For example, this is the one, expose property, and map fields. Then bind the property to HTML. Bind the property in the template. Yeah, that's what we're going to do it. So this is account name equal to, we can just simply refer, we can simply just assign this field. That's it. So for contract start date, this is what we're going to do it. So we have to repeat this for all the fields that we wanted to retrieve from the database. I'll just say account contract start date equal to, yeah. So let's follow this and then do it for all the other fields. Yes, now you can just see all the fields have been imported, right? There are quite fields from this, there are quite fields that we wanted to import from the account object, and also for each one, a value, a property has been, the field has been assigned to a property. Now I can just use this property simply to back, bind in the HTML. So let's quickly do that. Let's go back here. Let's go back to the HTML. Let's start using lightning output field and then start binding the data. So it's lightning hyphen output field, and all we have to do is we just simply have to, for example, I want to show the name of the account, right? I'll just copy this property and let's go back here. Let's say the field name. So the field name equal to this. So again, that's it. So we can follow the same for bringing all the data back to the screen. Let's say contract start date. I'll just copy and then put it right here. I will just simply, let's say I want to bring the primary POC, then that's it. So let's continue this and then further bring all the output fields. So let's do that first. All right, we ensure that lightning output field has been included. Let's format this document. Yeah, the look and feel is good. All right. So now let's go back and then first deploy this component and then see how it works first. Then further we can fine tune this component. Let's deploy this to the source. All right, let's the deployment complete. Okay, there are no compilation errors. Cool. Let us go back to the org. Let's go to partner management and let's first refresh this page. Yeah. So now we can just see this, right? How easy to bring a single data record from the database using this lightning record form, right? So I see account name, partner type, everything, right? So I see all the data appearing on the screen. Now let's change the look and feel, yeah, look and feel a bit. So for which I'm gonna use SLDS grid. I could use lightning layout which we used in part 1 of our project, but behind the scenes lightning layout component is actually using the grid classes, okay, to make the page responsive again. So let's try to use lightning grid classes and then see how we are able to achieve the same whatever we achieved using lightning layout. Okay, so this is the one, SLDS grid, and you can just see SLDS call will help me to create a fixed size column, right? And also I can just use other CSSs to make this make it appear in rows and columns, all such things I can do it. Yeah. So let's go back to the code again. Let's further build it. All right. Back at the HTML, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ensure that the the details are appearing in two columns, right? So instead of just one column, I just wanted the details, appearing in two columns. Yeah. So let's first try to use SLDX first. Okay, let me first use SLDS hyphen box, CSS to wrap everything in a single, box container, and then let's have two divs. Okay, so this is going to be my column one, and I'll have another div. So this is going to be my column two. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to say I'll have a div, and the div class is grid. So let's create a grid or a table rather, and inside the table this is going to be my column one and column two. Yeah, so simple, right? So let's try to set a column, let's say using this class slds hyphen call. I'm just saying that hey, this is my column, this is a column div, and this is also another column that I would like to have. And then for this column I just wanted to give a fixed size slds hyphen. I can use the size attribute. Yeah, I can just say one underscore of, does it load? No, underscore two. Yeah, it's hyphen. So I'll repeat the same right here as well. Okay, now the classes have been set. Now it is just to move, the lighting output field into it. That's it. So I'll just add these four here and these four lighting output field here. That's it. So we are done. So let's right click, format the document. Good. Let us also add the buttons. We have a placeholder to show the buttons, right? So let's ensure that we are adding the buttons. So let's use lightning button, and the label for the button is add partner review. That's the name of the button. And let's wait for, okay, and then let's have a class slds hyphen r hyphen padding. So let's give horizontal small hyphen horizontal small. Yeah, so that's it. And let's give a color, let's give a brand color, variant success, so that it appears in green color, right? So let's do that, and let's do the same for the other button as well. So this one, I'll just say partner contact location, partner POC contact location. So that's it. So we are cool, and let's also ensure that, yeah. So first let's try to deploy and then see how the look and feel is. Then further you can read it. You can further move and then fine tune this code. So deploy the source to org. Done, successfully deployed. Let's go back and then refresh. Okay, I should see the buttons. Also, the data is arranged in two columns. Okay, let me just empty cache. Good. Now you can just see two buttons have been added, and also you can just see this, right? Now it is appearing in two columns, right? So good. So now I need to do a couple of things. Let me add a small icon here, and then I'll try to move these two buttons to the top right corner. For which I'm gonna use slots. You know, so lightning card has a reserved slot for actions. So if I just say actions, okay, then automatically whatever the content that is, whatever the elements, HTML elements, right, that is added inside this div, it's going to be automatically aligned to the top right corner of the lightning card. Yeah, so that's why I'm going to use this reserved slot now. Okay, the reserved slot name is actions. Okay, and also let's add an icon. Okay, let's have an icon name. So let's bring something from the utility. So back in the design systems, we do have icons. So let's bring some icons from utility, and let's take this activity, okay, or anchor for that matter. Okay, so utility colon anchor. That's it. So we did a couple of changes, right? Just we added an icon. Copy this, put it right here. Yeah. So we just added an icon and then we also added a slot, right? So let's deploy the source. Let's wait for the deployment to complete. Done. Let's go back to the page and refresh. So, okay, I think I have to clear the cache. So the cache, yeah, the cache has been cleared. Now we can just see this, right? Icon is appearing plus automatically, because we are using slots, automatically the buttons have been aligned to the top right corner. So pretty much we are uh, done with this partner detail, except that that data is hard coded now, isn't it? The partner ID is hard coded. Ideally, we wanted to show this partner detail on click of a particular, partner, right? So let's further build this component, with a hard coded record ID, and then finally, when we bring all the components together, we will just make it dynamic. Okay, so a few sanity things that I would like to do it. One is, right, I just wanted to ensure that for some reason, if the selected partner account ID is not there, right, I don't want to show this at all. Yeah. So number one. Number two, when this page is loaded for the very first time, I don't want to show this component. Yeah. uh, Show this component only when a particular partner is selected. I want to show this, correct? So to achieve this very simple logic, I'm going to do it. What I'll do is I'll just expose a property. I'll just say get is partner selected. That's my property name. And here what I'll do is I'll just say this dot selected partner ID is not equal to null, and this dot selected partner type ID, partner account ID dot length, if this is equal to 0, or sorry, if it is greater than 0, if this is true, then if this return true, okay, otherwise return false. So using this, I'll use HTML directive if else, and then if true, if false, and then I'll show and then hide this component. Okay, so I'll go back here to the HTML, and right here what I'm going to do is let's have a template. Okay, and I'll just say if true of this, okay, then show partner detail. Otherwise, if this is or only if it is true, okay, otherwise don't show it at all. Okay, so let's move all the code right into this. Okay, that's it. So let's right click, format document, HTML features, done. So that's it, we are cool, right? So only if this is not null and if the length is greater than 0, then we will just show the card. Perfect. So this is done. I think we're pretty much done with this partner detail. Next, we will be focusing on building this partner contact location and also building this add partner review. Okay, so let's do that. Let's focus on building partner contact location review now. All right, let us build the functionality of add partner review. So we do have a flow in our org. The name of the flow is rate partner performance. So this is a screen flow, as you can just see. Let me first launch the flow to show, to see how it works first. Then we can find a way how we can call this flow back in the Lightning Web Component. So this is a very simple flow. It takes an account ID as input parameter, basically the partner account ID. If I just put this in a debug mode and let it run, so this is going to take a partner account ID as input parameter. So for a given partner account ID, so this will show a form so that will capture the work description, the rating on the business planning, the quality of the partner, and the overall rating, feedback, etc. Work description, implemented marketing campaign strategy for Fortune 100 customers, and overall feedback, partnership is great. A closed major deals on time. Yeah. So this is the form that captures the feedback, and on click it just stores the data right back in the object where we keep all our partner reviews. So this is the flow. And how do we launch this flow from Lightning Web Component? That's what we're going to do it now. Yeah. So let's go back to this one. On click, we have to launch the flow, right? So first, let us expose on click event. On click, we'll just say open uh, review flow. I'll just say review screen flow. Partner review screen flow. So this is the name of the function. So let us come back to our JavaScript. What we have to do is we simply have to expose that. Okay. So that's the function. Okay. And the idea is I want to use navigation mixin and redirect user to flow screen. Okay, so how do I redirect? So I need a URL, right? So let's go back to this flow and go to the flow and just let's look at the details first. View details and versions. Yeah, so this is where I can find the actual URL of the flow. I'm going to use this one. Okay, I'm going to use this one. So I'll copy this, go back here. So it's flow URL. I'll create a constant flow URL is equal to, yeah. And so this flow takes a parameter as an input, right? We had just seen that when we did the debug, it has an input variable, this one, right? So given a partner account ID, this will open the form for me. So I'm just going to copy this one, go back to the code. I just pass this as a query string parameter, partner account ID equal to. I just wanted to pass the partner account ID that we hard coded right here. Okay, so this is my flow URL now. So now I can use navigation mixin and then use this URL to redirect the user. Okay, once that is done, we are good with this functionality. So first, let's use this navigation mixin, and I know we did use this back in partner card. So instead of just writing the code, we can simply copy the code from partner search. Okay, so let's copy navigation mixin. Let's put it right here, and also will ensure that this is We just extend this as well to access all the methods in navigation mixing. And then this is the one, right? So configure. All right. So we copy. We go back to the code. All right. So let's. So in this case, I'm not going to deal with any object page. In my case, it's going to be a web page. I have a URL. I want the user to navigate to. So this is my web page. Yeah. And attributes. So action. No. Let's simply pass the URL. That's what we're gonna do it. So URL colon. So I can just use this one, directly as is. That's it. So I'm just passing the URL so that it just takes me to that particular page. So that's it. We are done. Yeah. So let's first try to see if this is working or not. Then we can further fine tune the component. So this is done. This is also done. Yes. Let's deploy the source. All right. Let's go back to the page. Let's refresh first. Let me also ensure that cache is cleared. And let's try to click. So now you can just see this, right? It's trying to navigate me away from the current page, and it is trying to load that screen that that shows or trying to launch the screen flow. Um, yeah, it took some time, but you can see the screen, right? Now I can just start entering the information. Radio partner, 6 cents, right? So description, let's say implemented um, marketing uh, dashboard for elite customers. So that's the review. Good. Green. Overall rating is 4. Yes. So completed project on time with high customer profitability percentage. So we'll just save this. So so I know you can just add as many reviews as you want. If you go back to the partner performance reviews, whatever we just added, right? So this is the one that we just added, correct? So everything goes and then sits in this particular custom object. Yeah. So which means now this particular functionality is working, right? So add partner review is working. So what did we just do? So we used URL hack to launch a screen flow from Lightning Web Component, and we also used query string to pass the input parameters to flow from the component. And this is an option one, use URL hack to launch a screen flow. But we do also have other options available. For example, you can also use, let me show you that. So you can also use lightning flow. So we do have lightning flow component to launch a lightning web, right, to launch a flow from lightning web component. So that is also available. Either ways, right, whichever option we are convenient with, we can use it. So in this case, we used URL hack. uh, just a moment, I'll just show you that very quickly. Yeah, I'm talking about this lightning flow. So we do have this added as a base component which we can use. All we have to do is we just simply have to you know uh, indicate the flow API name, and also we can use properties to send data input parameters to the flow. So this will also work, but in this case we just use a URL hack to call the screen flow and passed the input parameters in the form of query strings, the form of query string. Now we can focus on the the next button, which is a partner point of contact, primary point of contact's contact location, right? So so let's do that. There are two things we wanted to do. One is, we wanted to ensure that this is read, the coordinates have been read, and then passing the coordinates to a map component, and then let it plot the coordinates on the map. So we don't have a default map component available in JavaScript in our Lightning Web Component framework. So we will be using Leaflet library. So this is a third-party, library, open source, which we can use to build the map and then plot the coordinates in it. The very first thing is I want to first download this third-party library, uh, the files, and then use it back in the HTML. I cannot directly refer this back in my HTML. In my HTML template, in our Lightning Web Component HTML template. So that's the reason I'm just going to download this. So if I go to download, I just see the latest version. Let me get this downloaded. So let the download complete. So once this is done, the very first thing what we wanted to do is we just wanted to upload this as a static resource. So briefly, these are the steps that we are planning to do it to get the partner location completed. Yeah, this one. So we just downloaded the leaflet library, right? This is a zip file. It contains all the necessary JavaScripts and CSS files. So let me upload this as a static resource. Then we do have specific modules in Lightning Web Component to load the files that reside in the zip file. Okay, so first let's use this resource URL and import the static resource back in the back in the Lightning Web Component. Then use load script and load style functions from platform resource module to load the necessary scripts and styles needed for us to plot the map. Yeah, then we will simply pass the coordinates, of the partner contact location. Yeah, so we will use get record. It's a Lightning UA record from Lightning UA record module. So we will use get record method and get the lat and long data points and then pass it back to the map library. So so at a high level there are 6 steps involved. Let's move forward and then get this implemented. So we just got the leaflet library downloaded. Let's first go to the org. Let's go to setup and then upload the library. So let's go to static resource and let's first click on new and let's give a name leaflet and we have to choose the file. Alright, from the downloads I've just selected my leaflet.zip and then I'll just ensure that the cache control is public. So let Salesforce take care of caching this file for me. So now it's been added, right? So let's go back to the code and let's start from here. So on click of partner contact location. So on click, I want to execute a function with JavaScript controller. So we'll just say open contact location. So that's my function name. Let's go back here and let us add it. Yeah. So the very first thing what I wanted to do was I just wanted to have a property. Okay. So I'll say show location. Show location. Property to hold, flag to open, location, component. So by default this will be false and I'll just say when this is clicked I just wanted to say show location is equal to true. So let it be false by default. Okay, so I can use this property back in my HTML template and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say use a template, and if true, HTML template, if true, if show location is true, then display location component. So that's the thing. So let me just move this into to this. Cool. So now I do have this partner contact location um, included in the template, right? Good. So this is done from the partner detail. Let's focus on building this partner contact location. So let's close this one and let's go to partner contact location right here. So the code is empty. Let's start from here. So very first thing is, right, I just wanted to hard code this again, the ID. Or let me do this. Uh, Let me say instead of hard coding this, okay, I will use API decorator so that the parent component can send the partner account ID, selected partner account ID. So I have a property exposed public property. So this is my public property to receive partner account ID from parent component. So in our case, our parent component is partner detail, isn't it? So let's do that. So we'll just say partner account ID. Let us be partner account ID. We copy this and we do have partner detail right here. Right, and right here, let's pass this as an attribute or access as an attribute, and we follow kebab case naming convention ID equal to. So this should be selected partner account ID. Right. So now as a parent component, it is passing the account ID back to the child component. I can use this to get data from the database because I need get lat and long, the latitude and longitude, right? Coordinates, right? Values from DB. Okay, using get record. So first let's do this one, then we can further, continue on plotting the map. Yeah. So how do I use this? How do I, uh, get this data from the database? It's easy to do that as we are dealing with just one record, right? We can simply use get record function from get record from the Lightning UI record API. So this will help me to just, simply get the data that is needed from the database. So we can use the rate wire function to make a call to get record, and we will also ensure that the record that is being retrieved from the database, okay, will have this record ID. So we are instructing Salesforce that, okay, go to this record, basically this. So we'll dynamically pass the value. Yeah, go to this record and then bring me values not from all the fields, only from the fields that I instruct. So again, we can instruct the field name, fields from which we want to retrieve the data. So in this case, use the object API name dot, let's say partner, it's partner underscore geo. So let's quickly go back and then cross check the API name first because this is a composite field. Let's look at the Geolocation, you can just see this, right? Location. Let me copy this. Let me just put it right here. And again, geolocation is a composite field. It has both the latitude and longitude. So how do I access? So from this location, yeah, we'll have to just say latitude underscore underscore yes. So this is my first field. My second field is this. It's latitude, and then the other one is longitude. Right. So this is how I can able to, instruct what fields that I need. I don't want fields, data coming in from all the fields, right? So I can just instruct Salesforce. And then once the data is retrieved, I just wanted to process the output, which is also fairly simple. This is something that we did already. So I can use data and or error rather, system properties to read the information. So we'll just say if there is a data, okay, then do this. If it's an error, then just for now just log the error in console. Later we can change this one. Yeah. So what do I do with my data? So let's have two properties to hold the data that we just retrieved from the database. Property to hold location. Yeah, location coordinates. So I'll just say this is my latitude and this is my longitude. Okay, so what we can do is back in the code, we can just say this dot latitude equal to from the data you have fields and you can just read value of this particular field. That's it. So read values from field and assign to a local property. That's what we are doing. So that's latitude and this is longitude. Perfect. So now we got the data in hand, right? So cool. So this is pretty much done. Part of the work is completed, right? Now it is time to plot the, plot the map, correct? So for which, let's go back to the HTML, contact location HTML, and let's have a placeholder to show the map. Okay. So first let's have a lightning card. Let's give a title saying that this is a partner location, or let's say partner contact location. Yeah. So inside which let's have a div and let's give a class to the div. Let's say it is a map and let's have a fixed, height for this map. So let me say it's a 300 pixels and width can be auto. Good. So now we have the placeholder to plot the map inside this div. Yeah. So cool. This is cool. So let's go back to the JavaScript. Okay. And the very first thing is we wanted to import the right, functions, right? So very first thing is import leaflet from static resource. So that's what we're going to do it. So we'll just say import. Let's give a name and say it's leaflet from. So let's use @Salesforce slash resource URL slash leaflet. So leaflet was the name that we had given, right, at the time of uploading the library as a static resource file. So I'm just going to use that one. Okay, so I'll use this Salesforce resource URL module, yeah, the package module, to load the file from static resource. And then the next thing is let me import two functions, load script and load style. These are two functions that I would like to import from platform resource lightning slash platform resource loader. So this is a module that has two functions. It has two functions, load script and load style. So why do I need this? So if I go back to the leaflet library for once. So this is the zip file that we downloaded from the URL, isn't it? So it has a lot of files. It has CSS files, it has JavaScript files. The core function that helps us to build the map or plot the map, right, is written right inside this JavaScript, and all the styling and other things, right, is written inside the CSS. Okay, so we wanted to load this JavaScript and CSS back in the Lightning Web Component and then start using the functions that's written inside this JavaScript so that we can nicely plot the map. So that's the reason we are going to use this load script and load style. So now we do have this. Let's go back. Let's load the script and CSS when this particular component is added to the page. For that, let us use connected callback, our lifecycle hook. Yeah, and then the very first thing is we wanted to uh, load the script and CSS, right? So let us do that. So for which we will be using promises, JavaScript promises. So promises promise.all, and I'm going to load the style and the CSS here. And if it is a success, then I just wanted to if it is a success, I just wanted to this dot plot map. I just wanted to ensure that this particular function is called, and this will simply call. I will just use this, yeah. So this will simply plot the map for me. So I'm gonna write a function, the name plot map. So let's wait for the implementation, but this is what I'm gonna do it. So promise all. So what is it I'm gonna do it in this promise all? So I'm just going to load these two files, the CSS and the leaflet.javascript file. How do I do it? Very simple. So I want to load two files, right? So for which, what I'll do is I'll bring this right here, and in promise all, I'll use an array. I'll just say that I want to load two files. Okay, the very first one is load the script for me. Okay, the name of the script is this. So this load the script right here. So the name of the script is this. So from the leaflet library, so this is the one, right? From the leaflet library, there is a file with the name leaflet. Let me copy the file name. That's leaflet.js. So that's the first one I want to do it. And what is the second one? Let me load the style. It's just the same. Load the style to this file, and go to this leaflet library, and you will find leaflet dots. Find a file with the name leaflet.css. So this is what we are going to load. Okay, we are going to load, and once this is successfully loaded, then we would like to ensure that this particular function is getting called. Yeah, so that's what it is. So yeah, so now we can further focus on building this map, okay, which is also fairly simple. So all the documentation needed to learn this, right, you will find it right here. If you go to the quick start guide, you will find how to you know So you will find a code. So that is a div called map, and then you can just use l.map of map and then set the view of the map and then pass the coordinates. So all the things, what we are going to do it, what I'm going to do right now is right here. Okay, in the documentation. It's simple copy and paste. Okay, so let's move further. So the very first thing that what I wanted to do is I just wanted to back in my code. So find the div where we wanted to plot the map, which is fairly simple. So I'll just say constant map is equal to from this template, okay, dot query selector, okay, find an element with having this class dot map. Yeah. So if you guys could recollect, this is what we use as a class name, right? So now this is done. Now if it is there, if map is there, then start plotting the map. Okay, that's what we're gonna do it. So let's have a property to hold this one. Okay, let's have a property. Let's say load. Let's say leaf let map. It's a property. So let's do this leaflet map and just say this dot leaflet map is equal to. All right, I just simply took the code from the documentation and then just pasted it. So we have this map, just add it with the zoom control in. So once this is done, right, then we can have a location. So let's get a location. So this dot the lat, which we retrieved from the database, and this dot longitude. So this is also we did, retrieve from the database, right? So we have the location. Now let's have the marker, leaflet marker, which is equal to, again, you'll find the code back in the documentation right here. Okay, you'll find the code, leaflet, l dot marker. So which is what we are going to do it. So I'll copy and then paste the code right here. And instead of just hard coding this coordinates, right, let me simply pass the location. That's it. So this way I can able to, set the marker ready. And then once the marker is ready, I just wanted to add this marker back to the map, this dot leaflet map to this one. Yeah. So once that is done, we are all set. So now we are ready to set a view of the map back in the page. So set view location. That's it. We are done. So this is the code that we just wanted to use to plot the map. Yeah. So key things, this one, load the library first, yeah, and then pass the location coordinates. So that's it. So let's ensure that our changes are saved, and also let's ensure that both the components, right, our partner contact location and detail both are deployed. So let me wait for the deployment to complete. Good. So both the components have been deployed and there are no compilation errors for now. So let's move forward and then refresh the page and see how it works. All right. Let me also ensure the cache is cleared just to be on the safer side. Yeah, the page is getting refreshed. Let's click on partner contact location. Now you can see this, right? It just plotted a graph and you can just see the coordinates have also been plotted on the graph. So the partner contact location is also working. So well and good. So in summary, this is what we did so far. So we managed to import an external library back in the Lightning Web component, right? We loaded that as a static resource and then we used the right module to, import the static resource, and then we used a platform resource loader module to load the style and CSS, right? Load style and load CSS functions, load style and load script functions to load any script file or CSS files back in the code, and then we also did call the functions defined inside the inside the JavaScript external library, isn't it? So that's it. This is done. I think we are pretty much done with this component as well. So let's try to build uh, the review component, view partner reviews component. So that will show the list of reviews, right, against a particular partner. Then we can further, build on just by bringing all the components together, because right now the entire component is working based on the hard-coded ID, correct? So we have to remove that as well. So we will focus on building a view partner reviews component first, and then make that dynamic. Let's bring all the components together. Yes. Now let's focus on building the next component, view partner reviews. So basically, this component will show the list of sales reviews made by the sales team, right? On a particular about a particular partner account, right? So, uh, so you can just see the high level design steps that we are going to do. So we will be using wire decorator, and we will also write an Apex method that will bring all the reviews from the database for a given partner account, and then use wire method to make a call to that Apex method, and then bring all the reviews. Then we will just use SLDS and then ensure that the reviews are shown one after the other. So that's the one we're going to do it. It's pretty much something that we have done in the part one of our project. Let's try to do the same so that you'll get more clarity how this is used. Yeah. So let's go to the project, and let's first create a new Apex class. Let's name the class partner review controller. So right. So let's add an Aura method, Aura enabled method. So let's give a name. I want this to return the list of a list of partner underscore reviews. I can just go to the object manager. Let's quickly see the API name of the object, custom object that holds the partner reviews. This is the one, partner underscore performance underscore review. So partner underscore performance underscore review underscore C. So we'll just say get partner review. So we'll also pass an input parameter. So it will be partner account ID. So now what we are going to do is we're just going to run a SQL query, and then we'll bring all the uh, reviews for the given partner account. So let's do that. So yeah, that's it. So we have an auto enable method now, and this will get all the partner reviews. So here is the SQL query. So far so good. Now let's try to deploy this first and see if there is any uh, compilation error. It looks like it's still getting deployed. Yeah. So now the deployment has been completed. So now let's go back to our view partner review. So we have an empty JavaScript file. So let's try to bring that. So just say import get partner reviews from, we can use the Salesforce Apex slash Salesforce Apex package module slash partner review control get partner reviews. That's it. So we are done with the import, and then the next thing what we're going to do is let me uh, let me try to hard code a partner account. Okay, for now. And anyways, we will just ensure that this is corrected, later. Okay, because let's see whether this component works with a hard-coded, partner account ID. And then later, when we bring all the components together, let's ensure that we make it dynamic. Okay. And the partner account ID, let's try to use the one that we used earlier. So we used this one, right? Let's try to use the same. So we have this partner ready now. Good. So now I'll use wire function, and this will make a call to this method, and it will pass the parameter, right? So in the form of JSON object format. So right in this class, this is the input parameter. Let's just copy that and let's go back to vPartner review. So, so this is the input parameter to that Apex method, and the value will be, so dynamically we are taking the value of this property. Yeah, that's it. And of course, so I'm just going to process the output. So the output could give me either error or data, isn't it? And then if that is a data, I want to do further, I want to write further logic. If it is false or if it is an error, then for now let's just just say error in the console. Okay, so let's further write our code in the data. So if there is a data, right, what I want to do is I just wanted to have a property called partner reviews. Okay, and so this one, by default, let's say it is null. This is an array. This will hold all the partner reviews that has been retrieved from the database. So I'll copy this one. I'll go back here. So this dot partner reviews is equal to data. So assign data from DB to a local property. So if there are more than one reviews, right? If you look at the design, how we are going to show the reviews, right? We are going to show one review at a time, and then we are going to show two buttons, next and previous. So user can just see one review at a time, and then on click of the next button, the user can see the next review. Or if the user clicks on the previous button, the user will see the previous reviews. So even though you will have multiple records coming in from the database, at one point in time, we just are going to show only one review. Yeah. So let's see how we can able to do that. So right now this will hold all the reviews, right? So I have to write some additional logic so that I can show only one only one review at a point in time. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just say if this dot maybe I'll do this. Let me have a property, get property, so I'll just say partner reviews found. Yeah, so I'll just say if this dot partner reviews, if this property is not equal to null, and if this property dot length, basically this is an array, right, that will hold list of records that we retrieve from the database. If the length is greater than 0, then we do have data, so just return true, otherwise return false. So that's what we're going to do it. Done. And what I'll do is I'll use this one back in the code. Yeah, once the data is assigned, right? So if this dot partner reviews, which means the data is bound, the reviews, there are records, there are review records. If that is the case, then I just wanted to get one record, for which I'm going to write another method. Okay, I'll just say get current partner review. So this is the method. I'll simply say call this method, this dot partner review. Okay, that's all I want to do it, right? And what is the logic we are going to write inside this get partner review? Simple. I have one more property called partner. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll just say this dot partner is equal to, I wanted to first show the very first record. Let's say there are 5 reviews. I just wanted to show the first review, right? First review. So what I'll do is, so this is an array, isn't it? So I will just say 0, which means it will just pick me the first review, right? The first record. But I don't want to hard code this, because the idea is when I click on next button, I just wanted to bring the next one, the next review record. If I just click next again, the next to the next record, right, should be brought to the screen. So to make this little dynamic, right, I'll have another property record index. I'll just set this to 0 initially. Yeah, I'll just set this to 0, and then instead of just hard coding this, what I'll do is I'll just have this property used right here. So instead of hard coding this, I'll just say just use or get me the very first record in the collection, which is the first record in partner reviews collection. So this is what we wanted to do. Yeah? Partner reviews collection. All right. So now we have the partner review, right? So this is cool. And let me introduce, right, two more buttons, two more, methods. So I'll just say navigate next review. So in this function, we can simply say this dot record index plus plus. We'll just increment the index of the record to, index of the record to 1, and then we can just simply make a call to this method, this dot get current review. Yeah, so that's it. So in case if I want to see the previous review, right? So I can do the same. Instead of next review, I'll just say previous review. I just have the index, this dot record index minus minus, then simply call the record review. So that's it. So we do have bunch of functions exposed, right? So all good. So now we know that this dot partner will hold the information that has been retrieved from the database, right? So let's use this, and then back in the HTML we'll just bind the data. Okay, so if you just go back to the UI, right, we wanted to show the user, right, that has logged the review, and we wanted to show the business quality rating, business overall business rating, etc., etc., right? So let's see how we can build this. Okay, for which we are going to use lightning layout. Okay, so again, lightning layout is not new to us, isn't it? So let's use lightning, first lightning card. And yeah, so let's give a title. So we'll just say sales team reviews. Okay, so let's have a lightning layout, and then we can have lightning fun layout. I spelled it wrong. It's lightning layout item. Perfect. So two things I wanted to do it. I just wanted to show, I just wanted to show each. Yeah, I just wanted to show everything, horizontal, vertically, right? The user, business quality, business rating, etc., etc. Let's see how we can do it just by using this lightning layout. So let's go back to the lightning layout. We'll just say multiple rows equal to true. So that's what we're gonna do it. And just say this multiple rows. Yeah, let's say multiple rows. Yeah. Now I can add SLDS and then bring more information. So what I would like to do is I just wanted to use lightning tile. Yeah, inside the lightning layout, I just wanted to use lightning tile. So let's have a div, and then let's have a lightning tile. Lightning tile. Let's close this one. Yeah, let's have a lightning tile to show, the avatar, and yeah, to show this avatar, and then followed by the actual user that created this review. How do we get this value? Very simple. So if you go back to the code, right, your SQL query, your Apex code. So this is where we are getting the user that has logged the review, isn't it? So the created by user. So the name of the user, right? Created by dot name. So we'll simply, use this one. All we have to do is we just have to say, let's copy this one. Let us go back to the HTML and let's say the title label is going to be equal to from the partner property. Yeah, get the created by user. That's all it is. And we'll just say type equal to media. Okay, that's it. And just to show, an avatar, right? So let's do that. So let's have lightning hyphen avatar. Yeah, and we'll just say slot is equal to media, and then we can just say the avatar source is going to be https colon double slash lightning design system slash or .com slash. So there are a lot of assets we can use it from the lighting design system. So we'll just say assets slash image slash avatar one. So for now let it be just this one. Okay, so avatar, and then that's it. I think we should be good. So basically we are just trying to show an avatar icon and then followed by the name of the user that has logged the review. So let's first save this one and then deploy this. Okay, and then see what happens. So what I'm going to do is before I do the deployment, I will just expose this one. Okay, I will try to but do we need this? No, right? Because no, let's expose this. Let's expose this first, and then let's also set the targets, and let's have a target set to use it only in the app page. Perfect. So done. So let's try to deploy this to the org, and then run this, and then see how the look and feel is. And done. And let's go back to the page. Partner management. Okay, looks like there is something wrong. Cannot read properties of undefined created by. Why is it? Let's cross check. All right, so let's go back. This is the partner account ID. Yes. Let's see if the query, right, that we have written is bringing any data. So we'll go to developer console very quickly and then check if the query is bringing any data from the database. So we'll go here. Let's click on, yeah, we're in the query editor. All right, let me go here. So this is my SQL query. So equal to, let's run this. Let's remove the unwanted spacing. That's it. Let's execute. Good. So let's see how many reviews we do get. So we are getting 2 reviews. All right. So okay, if that is the case, why am I not getting this created by .name? Did I? So it is case sensitive. We should be very careful when we use that back in the code. It's created by. All right, should be fine. Okay, instead of just doing this, let's first hard code. Okay, so username. So let's hard code this and then see how it works. Otherwise, we can just put a debug point and then see where we made a mistake in the code. So this is done. Let's go back and then let's refresh this page. All right, looks like it is working now. And let me go back here to the master container. Partner details container in the HTML. Okay, we do have this component already added. Okay, all right then. So this is cool. And yeah, so let's go back. So this is working, but but when we just hardcode this, it's not working, right? Okay, when we're trying to bring the data dynamically from the database, it is not working. Let's cross check what is happening. So I have this partner, okay, partner reviews file. Anyways, let's go ahead and then put a breakpoint and then see what is happening. So let's go to inspect, let's go to sources. Let us try to open the file and let's search for the file, which is view partner review, right? So I'll go here and this is where this is where it is. Let's try to put a breakpoint and then see what happens. Okay, so let's refresh this page. All right, is there a data? Looks like there are two records. Perfect. Let's go to the next line. So I do have partner reviews now. So now let's go to the next line. Let's go here and this dot partner. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so this has everything, right? It has created by, yeah, name, created by ID, blah blah blah. Everything is there. Yes. And then, so if I use something like this, so let me just remove everything. This dot partner dot created by dot name. I should get the name of the user, isn't it? Yeah, that's there. So this is what we are going to use in the code. So let's try to do it again. The HTML, I will try to use this. Perfect. Let's see now what happens. Deploy. So looks like it is working. Yeah. So let's the deployment complete. Yes. Let's right click, inspect and clear the cache. Still there is an error. Okay, what could be, okay, I got it. So before even we just show the partner or access this partner property, first we need to ensure that there is a data in this partner. So what we can do is we can, so right here I'm going to introduce a template and I'll just say if true of partner reviews found. If there are partner reviews, only if there are partner reviews, then you can have this layout item added on the screen. Yeah, otherwise, don't show anything on the screen. So that's what I wanted to do it. Yeah, so this is the one, and let's now deploy this the org and then see. Pretty cool. Let's go back. Let's right click and then inspect. Let's try to delete the cache, and now see, now it is working. Yeah. All right. So that's the key. All right, so now I have this one, right? Now I can bring other details. So we managed to show the name of the user, right? So avatar, let's cross check why it is not appearing. Maybe I would have given a incorrect URL. So let me correct this one. And also we need to have another, layout item. So let's create another layout item to show the next and previous button. So let's do that. Yeah. So we have another layout button. So this is where we show the next and previous review button. So for which we are going to use you know our lightning button icon. So there's another component that there is another component available, lightning button icon, which we can use it. So let me first create a div. Perfect. And then inside which, right, we'll add the two buttons, lightning button icon. Perfect. So I have two buttons, lighting button icon. Yeah. I've given the utility and also on click, it just, shows me the next review. On previous, it shows me the previous review. All good. So this is also done. Let's see how it looks, after we deploy the code. And now the deployment has been completed. Let's go back and then click first refresh the screen by clearing the cache. Let's see what happens. So now we can just see the buttons, right? Perfect. This is cool, but I would like to, make some aesthetic changes so that, everything looks just cool. So let's go back and then make the aesthetic changes in the code. All right, now we've just made all the aesthetic changes. We just added the specific classes and, specific classes across the HTML to ensure that the look and feel of this page is good. Also, I've given a standard size for standard size for a large device, for a mid-sized device, and a small device. So let's try to deploy this now and then see how it just shows on the screen. So let's wait for the deployment to complete. It is done. Let's go back and then refresh the page. Perfect. So now we can see this, right? So the alignment has been corrected, and this is the first one completed project on time. When I click this, it just shows me the second review. When I just this, so it just shows me, takes me to the previous one. So now this particular component is ready, isn't it? So pretty much, this is what we have done. We used our Apex method, to bring the data from the database, right? But one thing is we are not showing all the one thing is we are not showing all the reviews in one go. Instead, we just show one review, right? And then by using these two buttons, right, user can just navigate to see the next review and also the previous review. So that's pretty much what this particular component is all about. And now I think it's time to bring all the components together. So most importantly, so far we managed to build partner detail and sales team reviews, right? Both by hard coding the single partner account ID, isn't it? So now, instead of hard coding this ID, yeah, we wanted to bring we wanted to bring the data dynamically. For example, when I choose this uh, particular partner, right? Then I want to see all the details about my chip. When I choose Amazon, I want to see information about Amazon. So this is where this is what we're going to do it as a next step. Okay, by combining the components. Okay, so that dynamically we see the data getting refreshed by based on the partner that is being selected. So that's going to be the next step in our project. All right, now we have come to the end of our project. Let's quickly see what are the open items and then let's fix that. So now we're going to bring all the components together. There are two things we have to do it. Number one, on the partner card, we have to highlight the selected partner. So right now, if I just take my cursor over to the partner, I don't see which one, I'm looking at, right? And also when I click on a particular partner, right? I just wanted to, highlight the partner so that the user will know the highlighted partner and also the user can see all the other details about the selected partner. So that is one open item. Number two is the same partner card, right? Has to share the selected partner account ID. If I select Microsoft, then it has to share the selected partner account ID to the partner detail and the sales team reviews components. So that this will bring data from the database relevant to Microsoft, and this will bring the reviews from the database relevant to the Microsoft. So these are the two things that we are going to focus on to complete the project. Let's first talk about how to highlight this selected partner account. So basically it involves a couple of steps. So the first thing is I'll go to the partner card, and right now in the HTML there is a div, and then we have placeholder for showing the image, name of the customer, name of the partner POC, and the type, right? So let's make this clickable, and then let's also apply right styles so that it just highlights the selected partner. So the first thing is in the HTML, let's try to wrap this. Let's try to wrap this inside another div. Perfect. And on click, on click of this div, I would like to call a method. So let's say the name of the method is handler
partner handle selected partner. So this is my JavaScript method that I would like to make a call to. So back here, let's go back and then let's quickly put this one. So this is an event, isn't it? So let's keep this as is. Let us go back to the HTML. And back in this HTML, let's try to move the entire code here. Okay. And the other one is, so this is the div that is acting as a placeholder to hold the entire card elements, right? So let me dynamically set class to the div. So we'll have a class and then let's dynamically set the value. So okay, and on the yeah on the JavaScript end, so let's say we have a uh, card style property, and let's say uh, partner selected style, or we can just say partner card style. So either ways it just works. So this is the name of the property that I would like to give to hold the style for me. And yeah, for now let's leave this empty. And what we can do is uh, so we'll also quickly look at the CSS if you have any CSS styles available readily. Yes, we do have something called tile and we do have something called selected. All right, so we're going to use this one. So this will create a background, and also this will give a background, a border, so that when you select a particular partner account, we can put a border around it. So this will look something like this. I go back right here. This is how it will look like. So for the selected partner, I want to apply the right CSS, which is this one, the selected one, so that it just shows a border. So user can also see that this is the one, the partner card and the selected partner on the screen. So let's further build our code. So my CSS is available. Let's go to the HTML and let's handle this. Or let's before we go there, let's first copy the style and then put it right here. That's it. So we are just dynamically setting the class to the div, right? So let's handle this one. So on click of this event, the first thing is we um, wanted to get the selected partner account ID. So I'll use a constant and then I'll keep this partner account ID stored. So this will be easily accessed from the partner account public property dot id. So basically we are just access storing partner count id in a local variable. So that's what we are doing. So once that is done, what I would like to do is to highlight the selected property or selected rather partner card, expose a expose an event and send selected partner count id to the parent component. So which is fairly simple. So constant parent or partner account select. I'll just give a name to this variable. I'll create a new custom event. New custom event, and let's give a name to our event. Let's say partner select, and let us also pass parameters. So which is fairly simple. We'll use detail property and then we can just send the partner account ID which we just stored in a local variable, right? So we can just use this dispatch event, this dot dispatch event, and cascade this event. So on click, this is the first thing that we wanted to do. We are gonna, we are going to um, tell the parent component, hey, this is the partner account. This is the ID of the partner account that has been selected. So now let's see what happens. So back to the parent component, which is the partner search result, the HTML, and we'll also have a JavaScript. Yeah. So the partner search result HTML. So let's access this event, which is fairly simple right here on this. So on partner select, when this event is received, I would like to make a call to another method in the JavaScript. Right? So this is my partner search result JS. So let's have a method. Let's create a method. Let's name the method. Let's say partner, or I'll just say selected partner handler. I'll give a name to this function. And let's copy this one. Let's put it right here. So that's it. And let's go and then write a bit of code inside the selected partner handler. Of course, this is an event, so we'll just use our event, and let's access the data that has been sent by the child component, right, which is the selected partner account ID. So let's have this stored in a constant. Let's say it's partner ID equal to event dot detail. That's it. So I'm going to have another uh, property right here to store this value. So let me have a property to hold selected partner account ID received from child component, which is our partner card. So let's have a property. So let's say selected partner account partner card account ID. So let's copy this. Let's simply assign this value. So as soon as this is assigned, this value is assigned, let's send this back to the child component so that the child component compare, the one that has been broadcasted and the one that has been received. If both are matching, then we can just ensure that, that's the particular card which we wanted to highlight. So that's the logic that we are going to follow. So now I want to send this back to the child component, which is fairly simple. So we're going to use a public property. Yeah, this is sending, data from a parent to a child, right? So let's create a public property back in the child component. All right, I'm in the partner card. So let me create a public property. So let's create a public property at the rate API. So let's name it as partner account ID, or selected partner account selected ID. Let's name it differently. Let's say selected partner account ID. So this is the name of the property. So let's try to use this back in our code. So as I said, the one that has been broadcasted and the one that has been received, if both are matching, then we just wanted to ensure uh, you know ensure that particular card is highlighted, right? So let's do that. So where is our partner card HTML? This is the one, right? So partner card style. So this is my partner card style. So let's give a value to this partner card style. Yeah. So this is a property partner card style. So let's do this instead of just this. Let's go back here, and this is a property for me, and this one will first check if this dot partner account dot id, so which is the selector, which is which is the current partner account card that the user has clicked. If this is equal to this dot partner selected partner account, this dot this one selected partner account id, the one that we received from the parent, if both are same, yeah, if both are same, then return tile selected. So if you just go to recollect, we do have a class called tile, we do have a class called selected, right? We are simply just adding it. Okay, if this is not the case, then return just the tile. That's it, we are done. So this way we managed to set the style dynamically. So this is cool. So the last piece in this puzzle is, let us go to the partner search result and let's access this one, selected partner account, right? So let's access this. So let's follow the kebab case naming convention. And also will ensure that this is receiving data. Let's see partner search results. So this is, yeah, that's it. Okay, so pretty cool. I know there are two steps involved here. Yeah, so because we are using, we are just going to dynamically set the style for a child component based on the action performed by the style component. That is the reason we need to do it in two steps. So being a child component, it is going to say that it is going to say that, hey, this is the card, or this is the unique ID of the partner that has been selected. Yeah, it goes to the parent, and then the parent will in turn send the data back to the child, and then the child will compare. Okay, if there is a match, then it assumes that that's the particular card that has been selected by the user. It just highlights the card by using a CSS class. Otherwise, it will simply leave the class as in it will leave the class as not selected. Okay, so that's it. So we'll just see how this works. Let's first build both the components. Let's say partner search result and partner card, isn't it? So right click, deploy. So let's wait for the deployment to complete. Perfect. Now the deployment has just been completed. Let's go back to the code. Let's refresh. Let's ensure it is the cache is clear to be on the safer side. And now you can just see this, right? When I click on this, yeah, this is what is happening. So now this is cool. The first open item has just been closed, which is highlighting the card that is clicked by the user. So we just got this one done. So the next thing we're going to focus on is this one. How does this partner card can send information to the other two components, partner data and view partner reviews components, so that it will bring the data dynamically from the database. So that's the next thing that we are going to focus on. Right, now to get the second item completed, we need to use Lightning message service. There is a reason to it. So we need to somehow, share the selected partner card, basically the selected partner account ID, to the partner detail. to the partner detail component and the view partner reviews component, right? So that it can dynamically bring the data from the database. But in our design, as we can just see both the set of components, right? All these components are sitting in the same page, but they are not, related. They are independent. So earlier, the partner search result, master container. If you look at this one, master, this is a parent component and this is a child component because this component is placed inside the master container. So when we wanted to share data between the connected components or the dependent components, right? A parent can send data to the child using public property. Similarly, a child component can send a data to the parent component using custom events. So that's what we have implemented so far. But in this case, there is no relationship between the partner card component and partner detail, and also partner card component and view partner review component, except that both are used in the same application page. So now, in this case, right, to share information or data between the components, right, we can use Lightning Message Service in Salesforce. So this involves two steps, and it is going to follow publisher subscriber pattern. So the data in Lightning messaging service, it's going to be published, using message channel, using a secure message channel. You can just think of this as an envelope. So inside the envelope, you just place the data and then you just, send it to the destination. Okay, just like you just do and you just, post a mail, right? Have an envelope, drop all the data, close the envelope, send it, to the destination. So this is actually using a publisher subscriber pattern. So in this case, our partner card is going to act as a publisher, and we have two subscribers, partner detail and view partner review. So this publisher subscriber pattern, you can just think of a radio. So think of this. A radio station is broadcasting a music on a particular frequency, right? At a particular frequency. So it is broadcasting music in the form of signals, isn't it? So it is everywhere available. It is everywhere available. But as a subscriber, you and I can also, can just tune to that particular frequency. And then once it is tuned to that particular frequency, immediately the device will receive the signal, convert that into a nice music, and then it will just start playing, right? So the point is, as a publisher, your radio station is broadcasting a signal, and as a subscriber, I receive that signal and then start processing, start listening to that music. There could be more than one subscriber, isn't it? You can tune to the particular frequency to listen to the same music. I can tune the particular frequency to listen to the same music, so on and so forth. So just like that, if you apply the same analogy here, partner card is going to act as a publisher, publishing that, hey, this is the selected partner account ID. Then whichever the components that would like to, receive the data, in this case, partner detail and view partner reviews, both are subscribers. Simply going to listen to that, data being published, and then once it receives the selected partner account ID, this will make a call to the database, bring the relevant data, and this one will make a call to the database and then bring relevant partner reviews from the database. So that is what we are going to do it now, right? So the steps involved here is we wanted to use message channel, right? Secure message channel to post the data or broadcast the data, right? So for which we are going to use Lightning message service. So step two is we will first create a message channel, we'll import the message channel, then we will use functions or methods available in message service module. So there is a publish method, it will help me to publish or broadcast the data, and there is the subscribe method, which we will use it back in these two components to to subscribe to the to that method, to the data that is broadcasted, and then unpack the data and then start using the way however we wanted to do it. So that's what we're going to do it. So let's also quickly look at the syntax for the message channel. You can just see this, right? A message channel, basically an envelope that is carrying all the data, right? So it has to be written in a particular format. So basically this is an XML file, and this is how it will look like. Yeah, the base XML file, and whatever data that we wanted to broadcast to all the subscribers, we will use Lightning message fields. So in this case, there are two data points being broadcasted. So this is the first one and this is the second one. Let's use this and then try to, publish our data. the selected partner account ID. So we'll have to manually create a message channel in our code, and then let's use this file and then create that one. So back in the code, let's get a message channel first. So yeah, so right here under default, let's get a new folder. Let's name the folder message channel. So that's the name of the folder. It's message channels. So it has to be exactly this. So you cannot give any other folder name. So ensure that the folder name that is given is message channels, right? And inside which I'm gonna create a simple file. Okay, I'm gonna name my message channel. So the channel name, let's say it is partner account data message channel. So this is my message channel name. Yeah, and just ensure that the extension for this message channel is given as message channel hyphen meta dot xml. Yeah, so the name can be anything, but the extension has to be message channel hyphen meta dot xml. So that is important to remember. So if you don't follow the naming convention, this won't get deployed. So now we have a plain XML file, right? Message channel. Let's copy the syntax from here and let's change it according to our needs. Yeah. So we'll just say this is a lightning message channel for carrying a selected partner account from partner card publisher. Perfect. So what are the fields or what is it? What are the data points that we wanted to share it across? Let's pass partner. We'll just say selected partner account ID. So we'll just also this is the record ID of selected partner account. Just a brief description. Okay. Let's also give a name. Let's say channel name. Yeah, that's the field name and name of the channel. Yeah. So that's the second field. What else? Let's also try to pass selected partner account name. Selected partner account ID and we also send selected partner name. So this is the name of the selected partner account. That's it. So now our message channel is ready. So let's try to deploy this channel alone and then see how it whether it is getting deployed or if we are receiving any message. So let's right click and then deploy. Let's wait for the deployment to complete. Cool, which means now the message channel is ready. It has just been deployed. So this is also just like another custom metadata in our or just like a custom object, custom fields, right? So this is also a custom metadata. Okay. So now how do I use it back in my code? So this is what we're going to do it again, right? So in the partner card, it's going to act as a publisher, right? So let's go to the partner card and then broadcast this message first. Okay, just like how a radio station is broadcasting a signal, right? So let's go back to the partner card. So I do have my partner card right here. I'll keep this on open. We need this. The very first thing is we need to first import or no, we need to refer this message channel, import the relevant functions to publish or broadcast the data. So let's do that. Yeah, so let's first import. Let's import message channel and let's say import. Let's give a name to my channel. Let's say it's partner underscore channel. Any name that is fine, and we'll just use our Salesforce message channel package write message channel package, and then we'll just say, hey, this is the name of my my channel that I would like to import in the HTML or in the Lightning Web Component. So let's quickly copy the file name, copy, and go back to the partner card. We'll simply paste this one, and so we don't need this extension. So as I said, right, this is nothing but a custom element, custom metadata back in our org. So any custom objects or any custom metadata will have a suffix underscore underscore c. Ensure that that is also included. Okay, the name of the channel underscore underscore c. That's all. And the next one is import functions to publish data. So for which let's use publish from Lightning message service. And Lightning message service module contains a lot of the functions like subscribe and unsubscribe. So there is one important property. It's called message context, and this will carry all the information about the page, that is or a component that is acting as a publisher. Okay, so like partner card is a component in our case, right, acting as a publisher, and it resides inside the app page, etc., etc. All the information, you know, about the publisher, it's captured in message context. Okay, it will also know the app page from which the data is getting published. So this is the first thing. Okay, we need to just import the relevant methods, and then let's quickly go back here, and this is our step one. Step one in our Lightning message service, and then step two is LMS use wire function to populate the data into this message context property. Yeah, let's have a property called message context. So this will hold all the information about the publisher, the component that is publishing the data, right? So this will carry all the information, yeah, about the publisher and subscriber. Cool. So this is the second thing that we do. Yeah, after import, make a wire call to message context function. That's it. And the output of this function, it's going to be stored in this message context property. That is also completed. Now, as we know, we wanted to let me close this one. Yeah. So we wanted to, publish the data, right, on click of the card, right? So for which we already have an handler. So this is my step three. Step three is LMS. Step three is Lightning message service. It's like publish. So two things we're going to do it. Number one, publish selected partner account ID and other details. Yeah. So first is define the message to be published. All right. So I'll use a JavaScript object message to publish equal to, and right here we can make use of the fields, because this is just an envelope, right? So you just open the envelope and then you just drop all the data and then publish it. So in this envelope we did expose three data points, right? So let's say that this is the this is the uh, field. Okay, and this is the value that I just wanted to assign to the field. So just like you're opening an envelope, placing the data before it is being broadcasted. So that's what I'm doing it. So the selected partner account, I'll just get it from the partner account
property ID. That's it. So let's have the channel name as well. So in this case, let me hard code this channel name. Use the channel name. So let's say this is partner account. That's my channel name. And then let's have data assigned to this property as well. And selected partner account name this dot partner account dot name. Perfect. So this is done. So now we managed to define the message. Now publish, for which we can use the method, the publish method that we just downloaded or imported from Lightning Message Service. So the publish method, it takes first the message context as an argument because it will carry all the information about the publisher and subscriber, right? So this message context, and just publish this channel or use this channel to publish the data, partner underscore underscore channel. So this channel is going to carry some data, isn't it? So that data is available right here. So that's it. Three parameters, message context, and then just define which channel that you want to use to broadcast the message and the message that you would like to broadcast. That's it. You are done. So that's the job of the partner card. Very simple, right? So the first part is completed. Now let's see how the the subscribers, right, will do this. Okay, or subscribe to the channel, which is also fairly simple. Pretty much we'll just replicate the same code. Okay, except the part where you receive the data and then process it. Okay, so I'll go to the subscriber. One of the subscribers is partner detail, isn't it? Let's go to the JavaScript and let's pretty much use the same code. First import the channels. Let's do that. Yeah, and then let's have message context populated. So this is also completed. Yeah, and now the third thing is we wanted to subscribe to the message, right? So instead of publish, let's use subscribe. So we do also have unsubscribe function, okay, which also we can use it. So subscribe. So when do I need to subscribe to this message channel? So all the time, isn't it? So when this partner detail is getting loaded, right, or added to the document, so that's when I want to subscribe to the channel and then see if there is any data. If there is a data, then I can just make use of data, correct? So this is best done in our connected callback lifecycle hook. So we have connected callback. So inside which, so we're going to first subscribe, copy this. So this is our step 3. So LWLMS and then subscribe to the channel. Okay, subscribe to the channel. So I'm going to use a property. Okay, I don't want to subscribe all the time. One time subscription is fine, right? So just like how you tune to a particular frequency on your radio, you tune it once, tune to the frequency once. So the next time when the radio station is publishing a new music, right, or different music, automatically the new music will start playing in your radio, isn't it? So just like that, I'm going to subscribe once. So for which, so property to check if subscription is already done or not. So that's this subscription property is for. So this is equal to, I'll use subscribe. So just like how we publish the message, right? So this subscribe method is going to help me to receive the data that has been published. So three things again. The very first thing I wanted to do was uh, I just wanted to use the message context, right? And then yeah, so we have the message context, that is cool. And then let's say, hey, this is the channel that I would like to listen to, partner channel. And once there is a data in the partner
channel, right? In the partner channel. Then I want to process the data, process the message. So I can just use a callback function, yeah, to unpack the message that is being broadcasted. So I can just use, a method to process the message. Process message. I'm going to write this function very shortly. Okay, we'll just pass this data. Okay, so now this is the method that I'm going to, expose and further process. All right, so callback function to unpack data received from the publisher. So that's what we're going to do it. Okay, and what we'll do is, so check if subscription already exists. So if this dot def subscription, right? If this is not null, right? Then I would like to just return. No need to subscribe again. Yeah, a sanity check. Okay, so that's it. Now let's focus on the process message and let's try to unpack data, which is fairly simple. What I can do is I will have two more functions. Let's say this is my channel name, property to hold my channel name. So I'll just have another property, selected partner account name, right? So now let me go back right here. All right. So this dot selected partner account ID is equal to from the message, right? From the message, I can simply read the data. And this dot selected partner account name is equal to from the message that has been received, you know, I can get the value. And also this dot channel name is equal to from the message I can just get the channel name. That is also done. I believe this is the name of the field. Let me cross check because it is case sensitive. If I give a different, the case is not matching. The field name is uppercase, right? Let's copy this and go back to our partner detail. Let's paste this one. Okay. Now to be on the safer side, let me do this. Let me just ensure that everything is lowercase. All right. So my partner, this is corrected. And now let me just use this as is. Okay. So this is cool. And back in this one, let me also ensure that this is made lowercase. Yeah. So cool. Cross check this one more time. Cool. So now the field names are matching. All done. So now we have this, data, isn't it? That has been received from the publisher. So now this is the final thing is let me not hard code this now. Let me just comment this because I know that the selected partner account right ID is coming from the partner card. So I no longer need to hard code this value. So this is already assigned, right? So perfect. So this is cool. One last thing what we can do is we can unsubscribe. So you can use disconnected, call back and unsubscribe. So when you move away from this page, you can just, unsubscribe to this channel. Okay. So we'll use unsubscribe and we can just simply say, the name of the subscription which we wanted to unsubscribe. And also we'll just say this dot subscription equal to null. That's it. Okay. It's again a sanity check. Okay. So that's it. We are done. So let's try to deploy all the changes. I think I made a change in the message channel. Let me just deploy that first. And also let's ensure that both partner card and partner detail, both have been deployed. So let's do the deployment. Let's wait for the deployment to complete. Perfect. The deployment has just been completed. Let's go back and then refresh our page. All right, let us. Looks like something is wrong. It's not bringing the data. Okay, now it is bringing the data. So, all right. Let's do this. Mm, I don't want to show this component. No, I don't want to show this component in the first place. Only when the user selects a particular partner, then we can just bring the data. Yeah. So let's not show this by default. So for which, let's make a small change in our code. So this is my partner detail, isn't it? So this is my partner detail. Let's go to the partner detail HTML. So this partner selected. Okay. Okay, I think we do have this check already. Okay. Uh, Maybe the data is the file is it's still getting cached. Okay, let's remove the cache and then see. Hmm. Now the other component is gone, right? Which is cool because we don't want to show that component. Yeah. So by default it is not there. But when I click on a particular partner, yeah, now we can just see this, right? The component is appearing plus it just shows information about Cisco. When I click, let's say Microsoft, so it just shows information about Microsoft, isn't it? This is for the MailChimp, this is for Amazon, etc. etc. So now we made the component work dynamic, correct? We use Lightning Message Service to broadcast the selected partner account, right? Back to another component, and this component in turn, makes a call to DP and then bring the data. So this works perfectly fine now. So the next thing what we are going to do is we're going to apply the same logic for sales team reviews component. First, we'll just make this hidden and then let it act as a subscriber, receive the data, pretty much the same code, whatever just we did for, partner detail. Let's copy and then paste the code and then see how this works so that we can mark this project as complete. So let's go back and then I'll keep this partner detail JavaScript right here. And let me bring view partner review JavaScript file. So let me just bring this to the right and let's pretty much do the same thing. The step one is import Lightning Message Service. Perfect. And then step two, use wire function and make a call to message context and then assign that output to message context property and then you can have a connected callback to subscribe to the channel and then you will have a callback function to process and then have a disconnected callback to unsubscribe. Yeah. So let's have the property added. Let's also have other three properties added. All right. So it looks like we already have this partner account ID. So let me not use this one. Let me just move these two properties. So these properties will help me to hold data received from publisher. So I no longer have to hard code this. So I'll just leave it as is. And one simple change that I want to do is when I process this or unpack the data, I just wanted to use this property to hold the selected partner account. That's it. Yeah. So pretty much done, I think. Yeah. It's the same code, right? No change at all. Yeah. And let's save everything and then let's deploy and then see what happens. And do I also have any code to hide this? Let's see that if partner selected, yes, good. So let's try to go back and then refresh this page. Let me right away remove the cache. Good. Now both the components are hidden, right, from the user from the user's view. So let's select Cisco, and looks like there is no review. So we don't have to, there is no view. That's the reason we don't see this reviews, but it's populating all the details from the Cisco, right? And so let's try Sixth Sense. Looks like now Sixth Sense has some reviews, right? Complete a project on time. Partnership was great. Yeah. So the previous and the next button is also working, right? Perfectly fine. So I click on Google. There is one. Okay, no reviews, but this is the information about Google. So that's it. When I click on partner contact location, of course the location is also getting loaded. That's it. So we just brought all the components together now, and then now we have a completely functional project. Yeah, we did use a lot of Lightning Web Component features, right? And just we made this project work. So that's it pretty much. And in the next video, we'll just quickly summarize what we did, the features that we used in this project and all the key things. Okay, and then wrap up.